Al, I got some of the best news that I've had in quite some time. I'm sitting down and talking with Mike Antolini, who's going to join us here in just 1 second. He's the tournament director for the Genesis Invitational. And I said, hey, we're going to get out there and we're going to get to play some golf today. And he said, it's up to me that I can play as many holes as I want. So they're going to have to drag me out of here, Sliwa. That's
Mike, be careful, man. Be careful, because Trav he'll post up shop there for a couple of days if you give him the opportunity.
Yeah, we may do it. Mike Antolini, as I mentioned, tournament director of the Genesis Invitational. Mike, thanks for having us out here today, and thank you for the great news.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the first lesson there, though, Travis, is don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. I mean, what if I said no? What would have you done?
Well, then I would have went and asked someone else.
Okay, that's an okay strategy. But then if they kind of come back and defer to me, I'll say he already asked me.
I shouldn't have started at the top of the pyramid. That's
no.
not my best
I'm here to serve. There's no pyramids here. There is an iconic view though from the first tee overlooking the Riviera Country Club. It's iconic.
Yeah. So let's start right there, Mike. I grew up in LA. I've been to this tournament, coming to this tournament since I was a kid and a teenager to college. I look forward to it every year. It's one of my favorite sporting events in the city every single year. Yeah. I look forward to it. And in large part, we'll talk about the field in a second and all the great winners they have, but it's this place. Yeah. It's the golf course. It's the history that comes along with it. And just we're sitting here right now. We're looking over the 18th green that anybody that's ever turned on a TV on a Sunday afternoon in February has seen. What does it mean to get to do this event at this course?
Yeah, I mentioned. I mean, it is iconic. And a lot of times in the world of golf, those superlatives get thrown out. But this course and this property truly lives up to every one of those adjectives and superlatives. You ask, the world's best players at any point throughout the year, what are your favorite golf courses? What's your favorite tournament? And odds are you're going to get Riviera, Genesis Invitational. Doesn't matter where they are. They love it. This is a timeless golf course. Tiger says this a lot. If you think about the history here at Riviera, all the greats who have played here, all the greats who have won here, they've all hit the same tee shot off that first tee. It can't move. That first tee shot, exactly. That first tee shot is timeless in the world of golf, which is ever evolving. So it's pretty special.
Mike, for those who I'm not the biggest golf fan, but getting a chance to come out to the course, and obviously when you guys actually have the Invitational, and you can go online right now, there's tickets available, there's hospitality opportunities as well. Can you talk about just what an experience would be, even if you're not the biggest golf fan, but if you're somebody that's in and around Los Angeles, coming to an event like this, just what do you think would be the experience for those out there?
Yeah, Alan, it's a good question. Look, the tournament is not just for the ardent and avid golf fans. I mean, in essence, it's really a great outdoor social event where you can come spend all day with people that you enjoy company hanging around, whether you want to eat, whether you want to drink, whether you want to just take in the beautiful historic scenery around you. And oh, by the way, there's going to be some roars. There's going to be some cheers. I'm sure, Alan, if even we got you, who's a self-proclaimed not the biggest golf fan, looking at our field list, you'll find a couple of players that you, kind of associate with, and you say, hey, I like the cut of that person's jib. I'm going to kind of follow them for some holes. Next thing you know, you're kind of matching up the holes, and you're saying, this is fun. You're on the 14th hole at the Genesis Lounge. You're getting some coffee compliments of Genesis. You're overlooking the tee shots. There's a roar. Is somebody going to win a GV80? Things are happening, so.
Mike Antolini is the tournament director of the Genesis Invitational, which, of course, will be played right here at Riviera Country Club February 15th to 18th, genesisinvitational.com for tickets. And we talked about the golf course. It's the city of Los Angeles. Everybody likes to come and do these things. And then, of course, there's Tiger, right? You add the Tiger of it all to the tournament. That's just a whole nother layer of – we had Chase Johnson in here a minute ago talking about how he was his idol as a kid growing up, his inspiration to kind of really go after the game as a career. And I don't know if there's anybody out here on this tour right now, especially as Tiger has gotten older, that didn't learn to fall in love with the sport by watching Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, Tiger has played a significant role in so many, if not all, of the world's, the PGA Tour players, right. Be it younger or not so young these days, which is great. And when you think about his association with this event, first PGA Tour event as a 16-year-old amateur in '92, 25 years later, he becomes a tournament host in an event that benefits his TGR Foundation, which has done so much to help kids from under-resourced communities pursue their passions through education. And it hasn't obviously just been Tiger. He's been kind of the driving force. But everyone who has supported, like yourself, Travis, coming out to this event has played that role. And it's a true celebration of his legacy each year here at the Genesis Invitational that we can really thank him for everything he's done for the game of golf through his hosting duties here at the Genesis
Well,
Invitational.
it's so interesting to see because we get an athlete occasionally. You don't get them very often, but you get one that cuts through whatever sport it is, whether it's Michael Jordan, whether it's Magic Johnson or whoever. Tiger's one of those guys. You don't have to be a golf person to know who Tiger is, to get caught up in the Tiger Woods hysteria when he was the best player in the world. And what's really interesting about him is even now, even though he, the injuries that he's gone through and where he is in his career, he is still the biggest draw in the sport. He is still the biggest name in the sport. He's not the best player right now. I would never say never again because he's Tiger Woods, but I don't know if I've ever seen that even when the best of his playing career is probably in the rearview mirror, that he's still the draw. Everybody wants to know, when is he going to play? Is he going to play? Well, even watching him caddy for his son is a big deal. It's just, other than maybe a very small handful of athletes, I've never seen anybody like that.
Yeah, there's continues to be, and I think this will forever be the case, so many eyes on Tiger. We had the Hero World Challenge of last month in the Bahamas, and when he decided that he was ready, prepared to play, the attention that he gets is, again, still unlike anything we've continued to see. But if you think about it, the game has so many stars, and obviously it's not just Tiger. There's so much talent out here on the PGA Tour. We just saw Rory win this past weekend in Dubai. Obviously, last year's FedEx Cup champ Victor Hovland, who's won a couple of Hero World Challenges himself. Scotty Scheffler, who just won the Hero World Challenge, world number 1. I mean, they all tee it up here at Riviera for the Genesis Invitational, and it's no shortage of star power every February. We're pointing. Things are happening.
Al, go ahead.
Go ahead, Al.
Oh no, I was saying you go ahead, T. Rush. You guys are. I feel like the only other question that I have, Mike, is
you're with us, Alan.
Well, the only other question I have, Mike, is Trav gets out there on the golf course today. What's your expectations for him? Would you be disappointed? Are you shrugging your shoulders if he's not playing well? Just I want you to kind of key in on Trav a little bit here.
Yeah, so he doesn't know this, but we have a Trav policy. There's no one, whether it's a cart, a spectator, a random kind of person just out checking on some operation of the tournament. If you can see Trav and identify him, you need to stay clear
Please.
of any holes, any adjacent holes. I don't want to tell anybody to be jumping in bushes, but
sure.
We call that the teepee. That's the Travis policy out here today. It's short-lived because, again, he's going to play 18 holes and not anymore.
We'll see how many I can get in.
I don't know what better way to put it than that.
One more for you, Mike, before we let you go.
Of course.
Mike Antolini is the tournament director of the Genesis Invitational, coming up 15th to 18th of February. Tickets available at genesisinvitational.com. Is it the course? Is it just that the strength of field is always what it is here? You mentioned it a second ago. You go down almost any tournament on the PGA Tour, and you're going to find a couple of, who's that guy that won it? Almost none of them here. Like, if you win this tournament, you go down the list, name, major champion. Good luck, field, course, what is it?
Yeah, I think obviously Riviera has a lot to do with it. Great courses, great historic timeless courses seem to produce great winners. You have to be a complete player to win here. You have to think your way around the golf course. And then there are, as we see, a few times throughout the year on the PGA Tour's calendar where it just means a little more. And this is one of those weeks where guys...
Especially now, right, with what's going on in the world of golf.
Absolutely. Signature event. I mean, it means a lot, not only to play here. Once you've gotten in, you've already done so much more than 99.99% of the world of professional golf. But to then take it a step further and win here, you know that you're going to be etched into the annals of history. And I think they all know that. And it's a matter of kind of, blocking that out when you're playing, but being able to relish in that fact if you are able to get to the top of that mountain as a champion.
His name is Mike Antolini. He's the tournament director of the Genesis Invitational. It is, as I've mentioned many, many times, one of my favorite, if not my favorite, sporting event in Los Angeles every single year. It's coming up next month, the 15th to the 18th. If you want your tickets, genesisinvitational.com. Mike, thanks for having us.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks for everything.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
You got it.